Good morning, and the delightful pleasure of the company of Becki Short, one of our local singing teachers. Becki, good morning.
Good morning.
It's great to meet you again, and I wonder if you could just tell for our sort of listeners and viewers a bit about yourself, what your background is, and how have you got to this point of your career?
So yeah, as you said, I'm a local singing teacher. I'm based in Copner, and so I teach privately. I also run a theatre school for ages 4 to 13. I run a charity event and various other things that I do. I perform as well, so I'm a 1940s performer. So I've got lots of different things that I do within the performance industry and education within Portsmouth. So I got to this point in my career, I've sort of taken a bit of a different journey to how most people would. I started teaching for a company, like an after-school company, quite a few years ago, and it sort of progressed from there. I expanded out from them and went self-employed. I set up my theatre school just over 4 years ago, and I've just kind of learnt things as I've gone along and built as I go, made connections with people in the area, and just tried to do as much as I can to help grow myself and help grow other people as well.
You're very active on social media, which is wonderful, and you've talked to us a bit there about your own business ventures, but you also support other businesses. You actually go and help other businesses. So typically, what are sort of other events or ventures do you actually support?
Yeah, I like to support lots of different types of businesses and in lots of different ways. So my background, actually, when I left college, I worked for a web design company. It was actually my parents' business for 6 years, I think, off the top of my head, I can't remember. So I've got a background in web development and social media and SEO and that sort of thing. So I help a lot of my friends out with their websites as one thing. And then I also support people's business ventures by providing entertainment. So if there's a charity event or something like that coming up that they'd like live entertainment at but maybe don't have a budget because they're just starting out or they're a charity or something like that, then what I do is I provide my students a performance opportunity, because it's all very well singing in a room to me and going, oh yeah, that was fantastic, really, really good. But then it's that very different feeling to stand up in front of people you don't know and people that you do know, if you've got friends and family there as well, and actually perform, give a real performance. It's so different, and I think it's a really vital part of learning to sing. You know, if you're going to learn to sing, unless that's why you want to do it, just private little, but most people want to go out and perform. So there's no point in doing 5 years of singing lessons and then suddenly going, right, let's perform, because it's something you've never done. So if I provide these little performance opportunities at charity events, small businesses, so I did one just the other day with a friend of mine who runs social dances, so it was ballroom dancing, perfect kind of relaxed environment. So we've got some students singing there in care homes as well, which is fantastic. They love having people there to perform. So that's sort of what I like to do. And I tend to say, if you think I can help, then ask. I mean, I have loads of costumes because of my theatre school. So if you need costumes for an event, borrow them. I've got a load out on loan to the King's Theatre at the moment for their upcoming show Through the Looking Glass. So loads and loads of things like that.
You're in a very challenging industry, one that maybe doesn't attract financing very easily. So if you look back as a relatively new business, what do you think the main challenges have been to you as a business leader, say over the last 12 months?
It's difficult for me because within this industry, everybody's so different. Everybody has a different path, and actually that's kind of the beauty of it, is no one person is the same because everybody has a different goal. Just over 12 months ago, actually, I suddenly had to move, and that was probably one of my most challenging moments. I was suddenly handed notice of a week to move my entire business, and that was very challenging. But, you know, I had loads of support. I found friends who took some things in to store while I moved. I found a friend who allowed me to hire her space that she has to teach from because she wasn't using it. I had that support, and that was fantastic. So that was very challenging. I think in general I like to take every little project that I do and look at it as a single thing, although a lot of them do cross over. So any big challenges become a little bit smaller and a little bit more manageable. I can't really think of anything particularly because every day is slightly challenging because you've got different things. My main personal challenge is probably juggling my time. is time management. And I think anybody in the creative industry would probably say the same. We're very good at coming up with ideas. We're very good at wanting to put all those ideas into practice straight away, and actually seeing the practicality of, there's only so many hours in a day. We're not maybe as good at that as some people are. But I think that's a creative industries thing, definitely.
I think you could be right. Finally, it's been delightful to meet you again, but Shaping Portsmouth is very keen to help you and businesses such as yourself. So if you look at going forward, how can Shaping help you, to actually fulfil your ambitions?
So I'm really, really keen to get involved with Shaping Portsmouth. I think that you guys can help me with my time management. As I said, that's something that I really do struggle with, and I try and fit so much in. So I think just maybe breaking things down for me and looking at projects, helping me with setting real deadlines rather than, well, that's when the event is, so that's the deadline, but actually breaking down those deadlines and going, do this by then and that by then. I think that's definitely going to help. And the other side is marketing. So I run a theatre company. We're just over 4 years old. I'm just setting up another group, which is called Generations, which is a parent and baby toddler group set in a care home. So it's very different, very exciting. I'm quite good with social media. I've got my website, obviously my background like that. But just kind of, I think, generally making connections around the city and actually, who should you talk to? How should you market this? Even wording that people would be expecting to see. Those sorts of things, I think, is what I'd be looking to have from Shaping Portsmouth. Okay,
well, we're here to help you, you know that. Finally, if anyone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way of getting in touch with the very busy Becki Shaw?
So the best way, so there's lots of different contacts for me, obviously, for the different enterprises I run, but the best way to get in touch with me directly is my personal email, which is Becki, Becki, @beckishort.co.uk. So that's my singing one. And my phone number is 07584 66 22225.
Okay, well, I imagine both email and phone will be ringing and buzzing very soon. Becki, it's been a delight to meet you again. I look forward to supporting you in the coming months.
Thank you.